Play concept selection. So what are you going to carry? This is really starting to get into the nuts and bolts of more of a micro level thought process when you're building your offense. So the number one thing you have to understand is we all operate with a finite set of snaps. You're going to have to figure out what that is at your place based on, again, tempo, what teams are doing in your league. I think the more you can run it, and really trying to find out what, not necessarily your best case scenario is, but what you're actually getting in games. And I think that's really important. I think it's important to be realistic. I think it would be a mistake if you go out there and say, well, we're going to run 106 plays a game if over the past 4 or 5 years in your offense, you've only been at like 65. I don't think that's realistic. I think those are things that you really want to make sure that you're hitting home, and that there is a finite amount of snaps. So that what I mean by that is you only have so many snaps in a game you can call. You only have so many snaps during the week in practice that you can practice all of these things. So you need to use medians and means. And what I mean by that is find out when you build your systems and you do your reviews, what are those average numbers that you're getting? And then you want to give yourself a little bit of variance, maybe 3 or 4% on either side of that, so you know what you're carrying and what you're going to run into. Package that you should carry, I think, should be influenced big time by what are your typical and common play series. So for us, we're a big gap team. Those are the things that we're going to, so out of my gap family, my basic your two-back power play, how people are going to defend those things, and what am I going to have to carry as complements off of that. I need to adjust that for game situations and then occurrences and how often those things actually come up. This is a big one for us, is that you want to find as much quantifiable and measurable data as you possibly can. This helps justify why you're carrying what you're carrying. If you have measurable things that you are specifically looking for, now there is no guesswork. You know that these are the scenarios that you're going to run into. This is how many times I'm running an inside zone play versus how many times I'm sprint out passing. And I'll go into much more detail about that in a little bit. But again, to me, as much measurable finite data as you can get, the better.